Let's get going. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. This is Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Thanks for being here. Today is the 20th of November. It is Sunday morning. There is a tech slug meeting later this afternoon, so I'm probably going to only do this for about an hour and a half today, so I can get ready to go to the meeting at 2, but I do have some stuff in between to get ready for, so there's that. I'm going to give it a few minutes till some people get here before I want to show off one of the builds that I've been working on. So I'm going to put him aside for a hot second. And we're just going to kind of go ahead and keep rolling with the... not that. With the Fondor Haulcraft. So this is where we left off Thursday, and I kind of had planned Ben come up with the idea to do it bricks not on top or studs not on top, but then I decided probably just best to try to just finish this. I also pulled back up the images that Blue in the chat sent last time. Very grateful for the images here. I wasn't able to get back to my Disney Plus and get some more images. So these are some great kind of images, especially this one right here. It gives a little bit of the topography or the angle of the ship. The wings are a little curved. You can see how curved they are right here in the back. I don't know if that's something I'm going to be able to do. It's a very subtle thing. The whole ship itself is it's wide in the front, but it's got these two, it's kind of a V up front, and then it slopes back at the same time, and then it's wider in the back, or at the midsection than it is in the front. So that's at the size that we're working at. I don't know if that's going to be something that we can do. Because normally then from like right about here, there's another shift in the slopes that goes back. And I don't know if that's something we're going to be able to do really well. So we'll see. I thought about putting a slope right here, but I think probably just a brick or maybe a couple plates to flesh that out a little bit. Yeah, that should work. So if we do plate. So welcome and good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope your weekend's going well. And then I'm going to do some graded tiles. Tile modified. Do tile modified there, and then I'm going to do tile round and then plate round with this guy in it. These are going to be dark gray. Now there is... Can I do a bracket here instead? So this whole section is going to be turned into it's going to be a round thing up here. Yeah, this is all going to be reworked. I realized that we did a lot of good ideas on Thursday, but There's just, this is a good shape. Like, you can kind of tell what's going on with it. But there's just a whole lot of stuff going on. And I don't know if it's something worth completely redoing or not. Can't even put this there. If I move it up. So that just looks... Needs to go below the midline a little bit. This whole thing does, but I can't really sit that in there. Seeing if this will fit. What that'll look like. That's actually not bad. If I can figure out how to get it all the way down. Yeah, so I've beat God of War, the story at least. So now I'm gonna get... That's not bad. Now I'm going to get the other... the God of War Ragnarok. Probably soon. This was a lot of fun. I was kind of hoping it was a little longer. It was about 20 hours total. Let's see, where does that lean into? Oh, that's going to be all in the way. So, how to make that work? So these plates are in the way. What else is in the way? So if we were to do this instead, let's get rid of all these, and these are not in the way, but let's see what it would take to get those in there. Like that. I mean, What's up, Blue? I was just singing your praises about the images on Imgur, so thank you. I've come up with this idea to make it flush along here. So that kind of sits in there a little bit. And then cover it up here somehow. Could do a 1 by plate. How's your Sunday going? That's going to cut into it. It's going to cut into it too. It's connected by this 1 by 1 brick right in here. So it's pinned on one side of the hull, and then it's not a jumper on the bottom because the jumper on the bottom raised it up too much. I'm trying to figure out a way to do now the without pushing too much up. I wanted to be able to put like a, which I don't think I have to really. I can just do well, I was going to do that, but that's not going to be all that sturdy. Yeah, it's got to be lower than that. Just gonna have to make a deal with it. Going to cut into that. I was saying earlier, I was thinking about scrapping the whole thing and doing a snot brick. That's going to cut into it too. But we'll see. This guy, probably. I was really liking the way that kind of made the whole shape right here. I'm sure there's a substitute for just not using it, but probably do something like this instead. Something like that. Problem is, it's not really... I mean, yeah, that could be doable. Right here instead. Make it a little thinner. I guess I can't because he's sitting in there. Do it like that. So now we go away. And then we'd have a slope here. And this can, these will go away because I'll make it, and this will all go away. And that will go away. These come in darker gray. No, okay. That. Because then we can do the inverted slopes for the same thing if we wanted the bottom kind of, they're bigger. Hi Rusty Robots, how are you? Just found the previous video, huh? That's cool. Yeah, haven't made a ton of progress on it, but I was gonna do some Terratron designing, but I thought I'd try to wrap this up. This one's frustrating me, and I may scrap it and start over. It's just got so many little wedge, so many different angles, right? I mean, it's... I'm trying not to, like, put too many angles on it and maybe just simplify it a little bit, but the off-centered cockpit could be easily done with just, like, a bracket and a little, like, this tile. If you do... Let's see if I can find it. There is a little TIE Fighter tile. I don't know if it's in Bricklink or not. If it is, I don't know what it would be called. But yeah, right here. You can do this. Right? Instead of this. And, you know, you don't have to worry so much about the bulk of that cockpit. But I think the exaggerated cockpit looks kind of cool. I just have to figure out what to do with it. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Blue. This doesn't belong to anybody. Feel free to do it. So I'm going to take a break real quick and show you guys. So this is what I've been working on for our lug meeting. I'm not going to stand him up because he's very, very fragile. But our lug meeting is today, and we have a theme. What is the 2x2 plate under the brown piece Luthen is sitting on? What is the 2x2 plate underneath the plate? It's not a 2x2 plate, it's a 2x8 plate. He's sitting on a 2x2 modified tile. Or modified plate, the one with two... it's a tile with two studs on either side, on one side. So, our theme this month was gingerbread invasion. I don't know if you can see this very well. I'll try to raise the camera up a little bit. All right. So, this is what I came up with, and he's like, I'm not good with mechs. So this is what I came up with, and all the joints are very loose. Because I had a great idea, and then it just kind of got away from me. So it's a gingerbread mech, and he's got candy cane blasters there. He's pretty articulate. He's pretty articulated. Lots of joints and stuff. And then he's got a Christmas tree shield, kind of like a Gundam shield, right? And you know, he's got hip and knee joints, and he's got his ankles. He's got the tires underneath to keep him sliding around. And then the pilot inside is an elf. So we had to use a certain. We had to use it. I hadn't even gotten any time to put in controls or anything. The elf's just kind of sitting in there. Let's just say it's a neural connection. So this was our build challenge, was to do gingerbread invasion. So that was my contribution. But like I said, he barely stands. Like the joints, I'm just not good with mechs and understanding what joints can hold what weight. So like he can stand okay, but that's about as much as he can do. The head's about ready to fall off. It's just on the smaller ball joint. But I think it looks good. I think it looks like a gingerbread man. I wish I had the nougat plates that were larger, the round plates. But yeah, so that was fun. So now I gotta put him aside until our meeting today and hope he survives the trip. All right, back to design. So I'm gonna come back to this. I'm not real happy with how it's going. We'll go ahead and save it. And let's try, you know what? Let's do an arrestor cruiser. Do I have an arrestor cruiser yet? I don't think I do. Nope. Let's do an arrestor cruiser, the ship he was flying against. Just to start it. Let's get an Imperial. Let's see, what do I have? What's got an Imperial in it? Maybe a... Interdictor cruiser? It's probably got an Imperial in it. Yeah, let's use that guy. So we don't have to rebuild a dude. Okay. Cantwell class arrestor cruiser. All right, so the arrestor cruiser is basically a reverse Star Destroyer. But I'm not going to use... I fell into a habit of doing the Star Destroyers based off of the Star Destroyers that Lego did. And so I would just change them up a little bit. And then they just kept getting bigger and bigger, even though I was basically just changing little bits here and there. and they're snot build with the like the 1 or the 2 high slopes that just build a triangle. So they weren't a wedge. They were just a piece. They were just a pizza slice, right? Just a flat triangle. And then they would kind of do this thing where they'd stack some stuff so it looked like it. So if you look at the Arrestor Cruiser, it's so this is the original design, right? You can see it's kind of the old school. It's got these ships in it right there. I don't know how much has changed since, but you can see this was basically, they took this model, put the thrusters on the back, put the bridge on the back, and that was the Star Destroyer. That's how they came up with the Star Destroyer initially, because this was originally the Star Destroyer that Colin Cantwell had come up with. They removed this whole big long thing. They switched where the engines were, and they put the conning tower with the shield stuff on the back. And then the dishes went away. So, and you can see, like, they even had a toy of it for, and I don't know how, I think this was from Solo, right? I think this toy came out when Solo came out. There wasn't really anything about it other than, that's a great model. I guess that's from Star Wars Armada. I guess the tabletop game. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm pretty confident that the Arrestor is going to be pretty easy. Thank you, though. Trying to think how I want to do this. There's also a way that they did the Sith Infiltrator, which I copied. Not Sith Infiltrator. Yeah, Sith Infiltrator, which I copied to use for the brain is blanking. The Corvus. So that was basically wedge plates on Technic pins and hinges, and it sort of dropped down, and that gave you that sort of wedge shape. But you couldn't get the same wedge shape underneath, really, because it was, you'd have to, they would fall open, right? So it looked okay. It just wasn't perfect. So I might try to do, because you can still see this is a bit of a wedge here. You can see how wedgy it is right there. It's angled. So we could do it by doing these slopes. Like that to start. I don't want to get, the problem is they don't get, I mean, here's the best way to do it. You get these guys. That's the best one to do. And then you flip it over. You just have to figure out how to stack these on top of each other. This is the best way to get that shape. And you can spread them apart by putting other slopes in between. That's the best way to get a Star Destroyer shape, right? Out of Lego. They don't make these much bigger than this. They make them curved, but not like straight angled ones. But yeah, so what you can do is, if you figure out how to do that, you can spread it out a bit. Maybe not that low. Right, and then put more slopes in here, and then brackets here for the thrusters, and then something here to hold the tower in the back. But I feel like, here's a good image right here. It's not that sloped, but the guy right here. So you'd have to have a place for him to sit. Probably like right there. Something like that. That's off. Why is that off? Try to align it with the grid. There. So that should be 3 wide back there. Give him a place to sit. Give something for these crossbars here. Put little slopes next to him. He could probably go back to here. Like that. And up. So there's different ways to do the attachments there. You can do these bricks like this. That'll hold them together. You can do, I don't need these to be printed. You can do these hinges and then flip them around. So one side's holding one side and the other side's holding the other side, right? And then turn it like this. The problem is these aren't lined up because they're the click hinges. So you can see they don't line up really well. The finger hinges were better at this, but I don't want to do finger hinges because they're expensive. Not everybody has some of those. You can also do these guys, which I like this one. This is one of my favorite ways of like flipping connections like that. My only problem is I'm always running into what to do with this part, right? There's also a new piece. I don't know if it's in here or not. That it came with, I don't think it came with Voltron, but it came in one of those bags of parts. Like you get a bag with your next step to build in it, and in it there's a wiffle ball bag, like a bag with holes in it, and it has like a ton of pieces in it, and that shows up as a part number. If you look at like Lego or Bricklink or something, it'll say this part number. And most of the time in the set, you only need one piece out of it. Like they're including it to use one piece. And one of the pieces is like a 1x1 round plate, but it's got studs on both sides, and it's got like 2 bars sticking out at like a 90-degree angle. Excuse me. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll pull that up just to... like that. On the sides. Yeah, you could do a full-on modified and stick these out the sides. And then put a dish on here. That would be pretty cool. Except those don't come in. What colors will come in? Dark gray. That's good. I will use dark gray. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so that would be perfect in here because you could put one on each corner here and it would attach, or you could put one facing each other and having like those rounded 1x2 plates holding that together. I don't know what that's called. And I don't think it exists. I just wish I remember what set it came in. I want to say it came in like a car set, but I don't remember now. Oh yeah. Yeah, you could use that. like that. That leaves you with, I think that's a plate size. Is that a full plate's worth? Yep. Designed your own Razor Crest Microfighter a while back. Designing them is a lot of fun. Yeah, I got one too. I'd love to see yours. I like seeing different ones. Just send me a thing on Instagram. I would love to see it. So this is cool. I think these might get in the way if I wanted to put another brick in here or something. This also isn't lined up terribly well, but we'll see. So if you did this, and then you did this, and then let's just put a brick in here just to see if it conflicts. You're in the way. Just get you out of the way. Oh, that's not lined up with the... Okay. So, let's do, just to see what happens. I might want to play with this in real life, because I think these chainsaw bits, they may dig into that a little bit. Yeah, I think they're going to dig into that a little bit. I don't think it's going to be flush. But because these are chainsaws, or they're on a thing, you can always rotate it a little bit so the teeth don't hit that. And then you've also got the double cool thing of having like a little bit of greebling in there. So we can try that. I'll try that in real life. The stud on each end matches with the 1x1 plate with the ring stud. See, this is the only thing that's bothering me now is this. There's nothing. I can't do anything over here now. But that's okay because I can get rid of that because I was just seeing if this was going to get in the way. I can put a hole. I should be able to put a whole 3x3 plate in here like that. And then I can extend off of this in either direction. This doesn't have to be here anymore. So these two are adjusted there. I can also connect these two under here. So that'll be good. Even with a one of these under here, give us another stud to work with, and then I can hide that with a upside down wedge or upside down slope. So that all works. And then jumper plates here and here for him to sit on. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to... Will I have enough room in there for one more plate? If I did a 1x3. Nope. Okay. So let's put that guy back in there. No, let's not. Let's put a 1x8 plate right here. No, let's do that. And then put that guy right here. Wait. Yeah, ignore the face back there. Okay, cool. We'll check it out in a second. Maybe just this one. Does that even exist in here? Yeah. I wonder if I can do... So if we look at... Nope. Let me look at my work stuff. Yeah, this is all the parts that come in that bag. And I've used this piece before. I wonder if that shows up. Nope. It's not what I copied. It's in Bricklink. It is in here. Yeah, this piece is rad. It only comes in flat silver, I think. Or pearl dark gray. 40 cents. Or 40 cents. So yeah, you could use a couple of these in here. The same way you could use the chainsaw. You put one here. Right? Or even over farther. Problem is these wedge pieces don't, like, you can't really put anything in these areas. But you could use multiple ones of these and get rid of that plate that's in there. Although that plate's kind of important. But yeah, so that's another option to put plates together. There's another piece in here, I think, that does the same thing. I don't know if this has got studs on both sides or not. That is A. This one's more of an angle. It does have studs on both sides, and this also comes in only pearl dark gray or flat silver. But if you were doing any kind of thing where you wanted a circle to go together, like a round plate, especially larger plates, like this guy. You could do it like that. And the edges won't stick out, and then you have some room in here to put a couple things in there. So these are great pieces to have to do some snot building if you just need to flip it. Ideally, you could also, I mean, without being super illegal, you can do the thing where you put the lever or the antenna things in between the tubes. You can do hands. You can, there's other ways to do it. I've tried a lot of them that don't hold very well. Like, they're cool in concept, but they don't hold very well. So it's kind of like, well, that was neat. Now, if I want to build something out of it, I can't really do anything because this is going to fall apart. So, but there's other ways to get around that. Like, you use the modified bricks, and you can use you can switch. You can use the brackets to kind of rotate it around at some point. It's a little more stable. Yeah, you could do that and put, one of them here, and then have like a clip coming off that for thrusters, for the thruster block. I was probably just going to do a bracket under here for the thruster block. Because we can do, where's the brackets? I can do one of each of these. If it'll select, come on, yo. One of each of these. And then you can put a 1x3 plate. Like that. Just put this in here. Like that. Doesn't line up great. Actually, it should line up pretty good. That's center line. See where that thruster is. One big one and two little ones. So you can do a jumper plate. You can do 3 jumper plates. And then you can have tile, round, 1, 2, and then I just don't like the way brackets stick out like that. That's my only problem. Also, this could be... I don't know why I didn't think of this. Oh, that chainsaw's in the way. Never mind. It's gonna rotate back in here. I'll get rid of that. But the other thing about some of these builds too is I'm trying to keep it not very inaccessible, so more accessible. And when you start getting into those pieces like these pieces, they're fine. They're just harder to find. You know, oh, they come in black. That's pearl dark gray. But yeah, these aren't cheap pieces. They're not super expensive. You just need a couple at 60 cents. But you know, the odds of somebody having, oh, here's some for a lot. You can get a lot of those. The odds of somebody having this plus all the other, you know, parts you need is not super high. But in the meantime, let's go see. One request, and this is from Rusty Robots. Blurred to protect from unwanted content. Okay, accept. Jeez. Oh, that's cute. I like it. It's big for a Microfighter, but I dig it. I say that's big for a Microfighter. I have Microfighters that are huge. Like I've got a 200-piece TIE bomber, so I really like the engines in here. That's really slick. Do those come in that color? So I recognize these like cylinder pieces. I don't recognize these wheels or intakes. They're very cool. I do like that you've done the the playability of the stud shooters. I'm not a huge stud shooter fan, but they look cool right there. And then the actual landing gear, that's very cool. It's nice. I like it. Can I not? There we go. So I'm going to do this. Let's follow. And this is the... You should go follow them, everybody. That's very cool. So I'll show you mine real quick because it was hard to see on... Actually, I can do it in here. It is the Razor Crest. So it's a little, like the engine placement's a little... I tried to get the engine placement a little more how it looked in the show. It seemed a little farther apart than what they've done. It doesn't have landing gear. The only downside I have is this connection here is the stud of this round piece on this part here. So that's the connection, like that. It's a solid connection. Like if you do that connection, like a Technic hole and a stud, it works great. I'm a big fan of it. The problem is then trying to put the rest of these pieces around it. I would also now replace oh my god, look at that piece. What is that? That is awesome. I am a huge fan of whatever that piece is now. Is that new? Comes in red. 70 cents. My God, it's an old part number too. That's really weird. So I would replace these now to give this a little more a little better look, or maybe over the top even. Like that. I'm gonna put this guy under here. So I've got a couple of these. I may replace mine. So it's a little cleaner. But yeah, you can see it doesn't. I'll switch to the build camera real quick. It doesn't. They're on there okay, right? They don't move, but like if you were to be putting this together to start, it comes off really easily. And once it does, it's hard to kind of put back on without messing everything else up. But it's a solid connection, you know, it's not going anywhere. So it's all right. So but that's mine. I'm also a big fan of these pieces as seats. Put their butts in here because their butts are curved where the stud holes are, so they don't get locked in there and you don't have to pry them out. They did this on a couple ships and I really appreciate it. They've even started doing the panels with the foot divider in it and like a grill plate behind there, and they just kind of sit in there. I think the AT-AT did that, the Microfighter AT-AT. AT-AT, sorry, all you people. I'm a big fan of those, so. The hubcaps yeah. That's what these are. These are just wheel covers. They're just hubcaps. Those may, like, unless you're using those tiles that have the sort of similar shape, which I found are pretty expensive and hard to find. Let's see. It's a hubcap. It'd be called a wheel cover in here. Let's see if we can find that one. Like this? It looked like this. Let me go back to the thing. Nope, it's even more covered than that. It's super great though. Good job. Oh, there it is. That is really great. Is that the color? Is that the actual piece? It's not gonna let me pick any other color. There we go, turn that off. Because it looks like yours is in like a dark blue. Is that the right one? No, not, well, maybe. It's very similar. Maybe it is called hubcap. Nope. Nope. Okay. Anyway. That's a great intake because the fronts of the Razor Crest are that smooth, kind of rounded. Yeah, only in black. Let's turn that back on. Takes a while. That is a cool, I'm going to remember that one though, because there's a lot of spaceship builds that need intakes like that. 28 cents, that's not bad. That's a good size. It looks like pretty good connectivity on the back there, maybe like a full stud, and it's not huge. What size is that? 10 spoke. That's about 20 millimeter maybe. It's pretty cool. I like it. All right, sure, we'll save that. All right, so back to this guy. Let's do a brick in here, and then a inverted slope curved. Slots right on a stud. I like that. Oh wait. That's cool and all. We're gonna go back to this guy. So this is gonna be your basic. I am going to put a tile over that to make sure it holds steady. And this looks like it raises up a little bit. This is a fan theory, or this is a fan ship, so it's not what we saw in the show. So that raises up, that conning tower is a little different from what that is. And it looks like there's not much, like, we could probably do a slope. And then, I don't think it has the same, yeah, it has different, it doesn't have the two giant, shield generators on it. So we'll do we'll do another plate. And then it's even got a little bit on top of that, like a little bit more. Excuse me. And then nothing really over here. So this will be this guy. And then this will be, what can we put over here? Round plate, tile, plate round. Color do those come in? Dark bluish gray. Don't want it. But they did give me an idea. Because those come in that color. There we go. That's good. All right, now this guy, we need dishes. Dish. T-bar, that's even better. I like it. Let's get, let me get my dishes out here first. One there, one there, one there. And then we're gonna do T-bar. And the good news is there's a couple, I forget how they did it. They called it a T-square. Ooh, that's cool. That's very cool. It's a neat piece, if nothing else. These are new. Got a bunch of these in lug bulk. No, it's for whatever reason they call them pneumatic T. And then I want a plate, a round plate. Cool. Save. All right, these are going to be Are they? Yeah, it's hard to tell. Like the newer one, it looks like they're farther away. It really like depends on which ship you're looking at. Because that's different from that. Oh, that's a Lego build though. That's different from that. I could also just use the longer of the clips. Nope. And then I need a tile in here before I forget. What's up, Brick Pasta? Yeah, they've got all this extra stuff connecting it, but I don't know. Again, small size, want to keep it simple. We're at 40 parts, and I want to still build up this section in here. But I could do another one of these. Nah, that's not gonna work. So how you doing, Brick Pasta? Do these have things poking out of it? They have these new pieces that are I can find them. These guys. Oh, that doesn't come in that color? This I know it doesn't. That's fine. These don't come in that color? Light gray. Oh, boo. I guess I'll have to get the one with the bulb in it. Ah, excuse me. All right, so this needs to be lined up. Same. How did the dad stream go this morning? I was watching The Crown and I lost track of time. What's up, Mayo? Nope. Too much. Two subscribers away from 600. That's amazing. Wish there was an align feature. Am I missing an align feature somewhere? Orientation, viewport, no. Microfighter. Yeah, we've been using that for years. I think I'm the only one doing it. Nobody's really picked up on that. I'm like, it's right there. It's in the title. Mayo's got a sorting party, y'all. Make sure to get involved in that. I don't necessarily have to have it that far out, but it would have been nice to have it right there. That's annoying. Normally, you'd be able to do that. I like that. Nope. Nope. That's closer. Yeah, I think that's too high though. I think what I may need to do is replace this and have a different angle. So if we do a 6 instead. And then another 6, 4. It's on that clip. You can also use Technic linker. They have these. I don't know if it is. I think they're all lined up. I mean, this is a fan working one, but I mean, this fin goes right along the middle. Then this goes down the middle here, and then it's right there. So I can't really tell because I don't have a schematic of it, but I mean, yeah, there's those bars that are the new bar that's got this thing, right? You can't really see that. This camera doesn't focus really well, but yeah, abs are doing pretty well, and I'm excited for them to get back. They're missing they're missing the captain. They're missing Landeskog. They're missing Nichushkin. They're missing Sammy G on defense. See, this is almost, and then the problem is this isn't connecting. It's just a bricklink thing. See, it needs to be right along the lines of that plate. And it's not. It's really far out. Let's move this, oops. Move this out of the way. Because this will work, I just have to line it up. And there is a bit of a thing on this. You can also put it here, but I think to match. I don't know why. There's a bit of a thing right here too. I mean, that's not bad. You could actually do a round plate. Like that to help it along. Yeah. And then this doesn't get even a full plate above that, does it? Nope, don't like that. There. This needs to be dark gray. These are actually hangers in here, so maybe yeah, sure, blue. There's your hangers. Oh, no. What's our piece count? 55 parts. And then slope. All right, I like it. Oh, I got to do the end piece here. I was kind of hoping to use this as the... Oh, I still can. I wanted it to face this way, though. I guess I could still do this. That's not really right. They just need to be a little wider. Like everything else, it's kind of built into the ship. We're gonna move this up and then have it stick out a little more. Let's go check out the instas. Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't imagine a ship designer making that, because I mean from here it looks like the greebling part right in here is a little higher, but I mean this bar goes straight through that hanger, and then this thing is pretty equidistant top to bottom, and this is a little lower than this greeble. Like this is the center line right here, and this lines up with the center line right here. I mean, honestly, I think it's pretty good like that. Also, it's 11:30, and I need to be done. So, these long pieces were for pneumatics. These pieces? Yeah, I might go back and rework this because I'm not happy with how that looks. This should be inverted like this to make it make more sense. So maybe I'll make this a Technic brick back here, and then I can invert. I can put a jumper and then invert this 3x3 plate and have these be 1x1 round plates instead. So I can have this in the middle here. We'll see. But yeah, so thanks for everybody for being here today and all your input and all your fantastic ideas. I really appreciate it. No stream Thursday, obviously. It'll be Thanksgiving, so please enjoy your holiday, and I have a safe holiday with your friends and family if you're doing that. I might try to do something on Tuesday over on Twitch. I haven't done anything on Twitch in a long time, and it's usually because I do 2 hours and I end up talking to myself for 2 hours. Like there's no chats, there's no, hey, you should try this. So I don't know, maybe I'll just build a set on Twitch on Tuesday. It'll really depend on kind of how things are going around here, but yeah, so I appreciate you being here and helping out, and your continued patronage, or support. Pretty close to 600. It's an arbitrary number, so if you haven't subscribed, please do. And I will talk to you guys probably in about, if not a couple days over on Twitch, then probably about a week until after the holidays. So take care of yourselves. Have a good rest of your weekend and a safe holiday, and we'll talk to you later. Happy building. Bye.